Hello everyone. Um, Today we will be discussing how we can calculate the bond duration. So far, you have learned something about the bonds, the concept of the bond, and how you can calculate bond price. How you can calculate bond rate of return, and all these things. So now let's move to the calculation of bond duration. So yeah, you have done all these things so far, I guess. Bond price, we have another video where we show how we can calculate bond price and the bond rate of return, um, the return on premium and discount and everything. So one of the main risk is for the bond is interest rate risk, right? So when the a bondholder like, because this is kind of a loan, right? This is the kind of a long-term debt where you have to pay interest on that for the bond. So if there is a longer the maturity, there is a greater chance of being in interest rate risk. And also if you lower the coupon rate, there is a greater chance of interest rate risk. So this is kind of a like conceptual situation for the bond. The main component of this bond is like face value, yield to maturity, and the period like time to maturity, like for when it will mature. And all these things are sensitive with the interest rate risk of that bond. All right. So we want to know how fast does a bond pay back. So people are very interested to calculate the bond duration, just to see the sensitivity of like how sensitive it is to the interest rate risk. That's why people want to like compare the duration of the bond with the other securities, right? Okay, so for this one, we need time to maturity, or we need coupon rate, and then we actually weighted average the time to like each of the cash payment. Okay, so for that, this is the formula for duration, but we can make a table. I think for the duration, if you make this table, this would be very handy to calculate the duration. All right. Okay. So here you can see there are like 7 years information given to you, and payment at the year end is 90. Uh, this is basically your coupon payment, right? For each of the year, you have to pay $90 as a cash flow, and at the end of the period, you have to pay principal amount and your face value, and also the coupon rate. So that's why on the last period, you're paying face value and the coupon rate. That's why 1090. You get it? So this 90 is you have to pay each year as a coupon rate. All right. So let's solve this one. Say we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? There are 7 years. The coupon rate is 90. So, so this is 90 for all of the year. So this year, this is basically 1090 because you have to pay the face value as well. Okay, so the present value at 4%. Uh, so you need to, so this 4% is actually your discount rate. So each for each of the year, you make the present value for 4%. That means you just calculate your cash flow and divide it by the discount rate, right? 1.04. And this one for 1 year. So the first year it is 86.54, right? In the second year it should be for two. Let's see if it works. Yes, I don't think. No. All right. So for the second year, you have to do like that way. Say so like hmm, so the second year you have 90 over 1.04 and you this two, right? And the 3 year 90 over 1.04, yeah, 3, something like that. You see? So in this way, you can just go all the way to the year 7 to calculate your value. I'm just putting the value here, uh, 76.93, and then 73.97. I'm just doing it to save the time. 71.13, and at the end of the year, 828.31. All right. So the total value for this one, you have to make the sum of these 7 years, and you get 1300.10, the present value of all the 7 years. You calculate each of these, and then you sum up the. All right. And then you have to do the fractions of the total value. Now, for each of the year, so how many, what's the weight of the each of the years? So this is 86.3 divided by this present value, you get the fraction of the amount. Okay, so uh, for this one, let's sit then. Okay, all right. So what I have done here, just fix this present value, and then we just drag it down the all the way from the at the year 7. Okay, we have fraction of it. Now we have to multiply with year and this value, this fraction value for each of the year. So say this is second year, so you have to multiply by 2. This is third year, you have to multiply by 3. The 4 year, you get it. So for this one, it should be 1, right? This year it should be with 2. Here it should be with 3. All right. 4. I mean, who knows Excel? Uh, they can do it first, I guess. All right. So we just multiplying the year here. Okay, so we have the value for each of the year. This is the duration for each of the year, and then you can just sum up all the duration from year 1 to year 7. So this 5.69 is actually your duration of that one. You get it? So the thing is, uh, first you have to find the coupon payment for the bond. So if there is like certain percentage of the face value, say 3% on 1,000, so it should be 30, say 5% on 100, so it should be 5, so something like that. So you find the coupon payment, and then you discount it with the interest rate uh, or YTM, and then you basically adjust the year. So for the 1 year, so you get the fraction for the present value for each of the year, and then you multiply with the year to get the bond duration. All right. And the modified duration is actually when they said like modified duration, you just like divide the duration. When you get the duration, like you have the duration here, right? 5.68, and then you just divide it by 1 plus y team. If the y team is given, you can just divide it by the um, from the duration. Okay. All right. So this is an example. If you see this video, you just replace the value there, and you can have the same results, I guess. So let's see. A bond has a face value 1,000 and the coupon rate is 6%. So it should be 60. So instead of uh, 90, let's write here 60. And there is how many year? and 20 years to maturity. So it should be like from 7 to 20. You have to do here like for 20 years, and it should be 60 for all the for 20 years. Okay. And the coupon rate is 6%. So I have done that. And the yield to maturity is 8%. So our interest rate should be 8% here instead of 4. And what's the bond duration? So everything remains same. So you just start with the 60, and then you discount this 60 with the 8%. So divide it by 1.08 for each of the year. And remember at the year of 20, it should be 1060, right? Your face value and your coupon payment. And then you divide the fraction value for each of the year, and you multiply the number of years for each of the column, and then you ultimately find the total duration here. All right. So I hope you will understand when you actually practicing it on your laptop, or if you find any concern or any issue, just feel free to reach me. All right. And the modified version is the same. You have the yield to maturity here, right? Once you calculate the bond duration, you just divide it by 1 plus 0.08, right? YTM. Okay, then best of luck, and see you around. When you have any questions, feel free to come to office hour, or we can meet another time by any private appointment. Okay, right.